is that how you even rob a vape store with a bag? Is there that much money? You just shove it in your coat, maybe? Is he stealing merchandise or just the cash?
Yeah, but if you're going to rob a store, you're probably not going to lock the door behind you. Like I could see the clerk in the vape store. Like when the dude walked in the door, like the clerk obviously was like alarmed. Like he knew the guy. It wasn't just like ski mask. Like this guy was like, gold chain, nice clothes. Like this is one of those, like, we're going to make you an offer you can't refuse kind of scenarios. Like
vape store, and like a vape store or like a, convenient mart run by a foreigner might be one of the riskier places to rob. Like you want to find a place that's manned by American teenagers who don't give a fuck and step back immediately. We've all seen videos where some guy breaks into a vape store thinking he's going to steal, $600, and then some Asian guy is like, oh, he turned his back. That is ultimate disrespect. And then he stabs the guy to death with a Bowie knife that he produces from his ass, purportedly. Like,
that video is so good.
And that guy,
if you've never seen the video he's describing, it is hilarious. The dude jumps the counter at the vape store, and homeboy is not having it. He pulls out the biggest knife I've ever seen and starts stabbing the perpetrator rapidly. And the thief literally says out loud, "I'm dead."
Yeah, it was like getting tagged in a video game where like you're like, the blood starts coming. Oh, I'm dead. Fuck.
Yeah, it was like when we let them, your friends know, even though you're not quite dead, you just go ahead and let them know, like I'm dead.
He was obviously dead after that first like giant knife stab, because
I don't know if he died for real.
You could see, like, I didn't even know knives would disappear that fast into flesh. I thought there would be some sort of resistance.
Was it like that springy one in the movies, where it like disappears into the handle?
No, big old knife.
No, I'm just kidding with you now. Yeah, that's
he fucked him up, and they should have went in. They should have noticed in his eyes the fire of a samurai, someone who was going to shut them down when they tried that. That what you want is like some American kid who's like, I don't care, I'm actually high right now.
This is definitely not a robbery. This had the look of like, we loaned you a lot of money to open the vape store and you haven't paid up or something. Like this was personal, whatever it was. Again, didn't stick around to find out. Like there's a time to be a hero and there's a time to just walk away and let crime take care of it. So, like criminal on criminal stuff, y'all can have that. Like if it's like an innocent person, I'm going to go in, we're going to do something. But if it's like two criminals about to have some criminal to criminal stuff, that's time to go, man. You're not, that is not time.
That's a good distinction
of the smoke shop samurai.
Yeah, exactly.
The smoke shop samurai.
The smoke shop samurai. Yeah, it's great. Like I've seen, I didn't know stabbing was, obviously, you see movies, getting stabbed is a bad thing, but I didn't know how bad stabbing was until I saw some like pictures of like hospital like wounds of people who'd been stabbed. I might rather get shot. If I have a choice between you stabbing me in the torso with a Bowie knife and shooting me in the torso with like a 38, I mean, I probably try to run. But the 38 is going to come to mind, and I'm going to have to be thinking hard because you're so gruesome.
You're not wrong. So, like, first wife at the time was an ER nurse for years, and like she come in and tell me all kind of, and she was in Augusta, which like Augusta is like really bougie people and like some really desperate people. Like, there's not a lot of middle class in Augusta, and there's some sketchy areas there, and that's where her hospital was at. And she come in and tell me stories about people getting stabbed, people getting shot, and like, funny enough, like small calibers, like 22, 32 short, 380, that kind of stuff. Those are apparently more likely to kill you than like a 38 or 357 or something, or 9mm. 9mm is kind of on the fence because like a relatively high caliber is going to like go in, hit something, come out or stop. Like it's going to have a relatively straight trajectory. They know where to go in and clip this blood vessel, cut this, whatever. But if you get shot with something small, it'll ricochet off a rib, hit your spleen, bounce off your liver. It'll Swiss cheese you inside and you'll bleed out before they can find all the different rips and tears. Now, it doesn't have a lot of stopping power, but like if you want to stop somebody, shoot them with a big caliber gun and the EMTs come sweep them up. But if you definitely want to kill them, shoot them with a small caliber and they'll die 3 hours from now because they just can't stop the bleeding. And same thing with stabbing. Like as you said, like per your point, like stabbing is so violent. There's so much tissue damage. And due to the width of the blade, it just severs so many arteries and organs and things that they just can't repair the damage. So yeah, blades are bad news, man. I'm like you. I'd rather be shot with a 9mm than stabbed for sure.
When
if it's like a nail clipper knife, or
dude,
something.
this guy drives the knife into this guy's back like he was the guy setting Excalibur into the stone.
Yeah.
Like just a brutal,
and then the guy and then he's like throwing like some down low toward the guy's hips and stuff. Like he's just stabbing him up. Like the guy's trying to like block him, but he's just like, oh, I'll stab you down here instead.
I bet after the first stab, you're like, I can do this.
The closest thing I ever had to that, and it's a very uncool version, is I fought off a mugger. I didn't fight off a mugger. I deterred a mugger with a sword when I was dressed as Captain Hook, and he tried to mug me.
Probably thought you didn't have any money.
Probably thought you didn't have a real sword.
Oh, exactly. I'm like, it's like Halloween in Augusta again, and wife at the time and I are like dating, I guess. She's dressed as Tinkerbell. I'm Captain Hook. I've got this like, it's like I don't know, some kind of Masonic sword I found in her mom's attic. It was like her granddad's like ceremonial thing. It was like a letter opener, but it's 3 feet long, but it's not like a real bladed sword or anything. Anyway, so I've got that. I'm all dressed like a pirate. She, whatever. We're walking back to the car after this party downtown Augusta, and there's like a $5 bill laying on the sidewalk. And I'm like, I'll run out in the traffic for a quarter. I'm cheap. So I see a $5. I'm like, hell yeah, $5. So as I bend over for the $5, that was obviously the distraction. And this guy comes like hustling out of this little alleyway right there. And he's got like a little 4-inch knife. And he comes out of the alley with the knife. And I kind of look up as I'm bending over for the $5, and I see him. And like, all I can think to do is I just like fast draw the sword and just like pull it out. And again, this is like a letter opener, but like I could probably have stabbed the guy, but like cutting had nothing. This is
he
like
didn't know it wasn't sharp.
I just like swing and like pull it out, and the guy kind of hits the brakes, and the tip just kind of like barely kisses him, like right there, kind of doing it on his like breastbone in the middle, and he stops. And we both just kind of freeze because like he's got a real knife and he's obviously a criminal. I'm trying to protect my girlfriend. I'm like pushing her behind me in a freaking Captain Hook outfit with a freaking fake ass sword, but it's made out of metal. I could actually like do some damage. Anyway, the guy stopped, and there was this hilarious like 3 or 4. I'm sure it was like just a split second. In my mind, it was 3 or 4 seconds where like he probably rehearsed this mugging in his mind all night long, but in no scenario did the guy have a sword. Yeah. And then he just like, I was just like,
on guard.
I was just like,
avast ye.
And I was looking at this guy. I was like, run. And the guy just took off running, and I kept the $5. And like, I just didn't, what am I doing? Like, make like a arrest and hold him at sword point until the cops get there.
Yar, we drinking good tonight, Tinker.
Okay. This is like 1995. This is like long before like cell phones and stuff, so it just, it was hilarious. That was the only time I ever went like full blade on somebody. It was with a fake ceremonial mason sword against somebody.
And that criminal later that night is like falling asleep. And he's got a Wayne Gretzky, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take poster in his room. He's like, I'm never going to be good at this.
Never going to be good. Worst mugger ever. But that was not even, my entire role was to pull a fake sword out. That's all I did. So yeah, no heroics in that story. But
that's slick.
It was pretty funny. You mentioned Bowie knife a minute ago. The legend is that knife, Jim Bowie's knife, was made out of a meteorite. And it was such a really like a high carbon, high nickel steel, which they didn't really have back in the day, that knife was forged out of a meteorite, which is why it would hold a blade and hold an edge and was sharper than anybody else's knife at the time. So like, anyway, he was famous for fighting with it and getting duels with it and all kind of shit. And when he was walking to the Alamo, he's one of the 3 stars on the Tennessee state flag. Tennessee is called the volunteer state. That's Davy Crockett, Daniel Boone, and Jim Bowie were the 3 volunteers from Tennessee who went to the Alamo and died there. Jim Bowie's wife told him to get rid of that knife because it was bad luck. And he, legend has it, threw it into the Mississippi River on his way to the Alamo, never to be seen again. But somewhere the original Bowie knife of all Bowie knife fame ever since is somewhere in the Mississippi River, and it's made out of a meteorite. So the legend says.
I know ancient peoples did that because there's they found Egyptian meteorite blades and stuff.
Oh wow!
And it was a time before iron working was a thing. Copper was the shit at the time, and they would have these. You imagine what you would think, a magical extra hard super metal fell from the heavens.
Oh
and
yeah!
I would think I had a magic sword. I would think I had a magic sword.
Well, and you would. I mean, copper is so soft. Like copper and tin makes bronze, but bronze is still pretty soft. It can be kind of brittle. Like, I mean, that level of iron nickel compound in a meteorite. Yeah,
You
that
need
would
a lot of it though. You need a lot of them. You know, they're
yeah, but
little.
man, I mean, that would be like adamantium of the time. I mean, that would have just been. I mean, nobody would have had anything close to that. And like, what a high price substance that would have been back then, too.
Yeah, probably so.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.